So as Deputy Director of the Starr Center, I'm really focused on making sure the Custom House is a place of belonging for all who enter the space, and that they know they are able to engage in a multitude of ways. In fact, just a few weeks ago, we had all fifth graders in Kent County join us on a walking tour of Chestertown, many of which have lived here for a long time or just moving to the region and had never looked at some of the items we pointed out on the street or some of the buildings in the way that we did during our morning together. And the same could be said of Kent County Public School high schoolers. We have a number of ways that we're engaging them, either through the Hip Hop Time Capsule of Chesapeake Heartland, which allows them to look through approximately 4,000 items and record lyrics based on oral histories that they find, and even create album covers from some of the photos in the collection. And I'm really passionate about that because it speaks to the future of what Kent can be. It's been around for a few centuries and certainly has a lot of folks who will take to inherit that history, a history that has left us with about the same amount of people as during the Revolutionary War. So daily I'm exposed to opportunities, whether it be Maryland History Day coming up, where we're able to judge those who are thinking critically about what Maryland was and what it can be, but also opportunities to expose them to other parts of their intellectual journey, even beyond Washington College. So there's a number of summer fellowships and internships that we can help students find, but also once they do seek employment after graduating from Washington College, often come back and collaborate with us in really cool ways too. I'm hoping you might have been among the crowd that was at the Avalon just before February was up. Carol Boston Weatherford and her son Jeffrey were speaking on Kin, a recent publication that they had worked on, and the cousins of my own. So much of the presentation was about the 250-year history, give or take, that our family's been on the shore, and how that's inspiring their work as a illustrator-author duo. And the same could be said of other branches of the family and other founding Black families across the Eastern Shore. It's so inspirational for us to still be living in some of the communities we founded, and that certainly sparked my interest in digging through how others might be grappling with that across the country, but throughout the world. And Williams was probably the best place for me to land for that. And I'd been in DC for the past 5 years, working on Capitol Hill for this state, for others across the Chesapeake region, and communities that are similar across the United States. And while I really enjoyed that level of stewardship, the hyperlocal has always been where my heart is at. And I can say of my sister, she's not of the same mind, so it always helps to have a little bit of contrast to know just how much you love a place. Anybody who comes through the threshold of this 1746 Georgian home will feel that. And my mom's side of the family's from Kent, so this particular context of where we're sitting right now also means a ton to me. Each day that I come in here, I enter on the floor just below where we're sitting now, and it's a space that we believe to be really central to the Middle Passage. So it not only grounds me in what I'm able to do for students, collaborators, faculty, and staff here, but how I can connect with my ancestry as well. This is a place of global importance, and that gravity is really hard to miss. So among the 200 internships, scholarships, fellowships, and over the 20-year history of the Starr Center, there's almost been 300 public programs. This place is a living laboratory. And relative to the school being so old, it's the first college chartered in the sovereign United States, we have a wonderful backdrop and juxtaposition to the ways that we're innovating around American history as well. So 100%, I definitely feel like the sky's the limit, and maybe even beyond the planet too. I've definitely always been daring, so I welcome an experiment. For better or worse, it definitely teaches me a ton. And what it's taught me most is to build things with and for community. So I have an awesome benchmark in doing that outside of my hours at the Starr Center, but there's tremendous examples of ways that we're doing that here within this team and across the college as well. I first learned about the Starr Center through Chesapeake Heartland. It had been a few months after I graduated from Williams, and I started working with the interim director of the Cole Gallery and Arts and Exhibition Fellow here at the Starr Center, Jason Patterson. So when we first met, and I'm actually sitting in front of the first piece that we worked on together. It's Thomas Morris, Patricia Godbold, and Shirley Dale Patterson are the first 3 Black students to graduate from Washington College. And that's a perfect example of the way that community can be involved in the discoveries that we're making and land in the Starr Center maybe more days of the week than they previously imagined, like myself. Today's actually 2 months since I first started, and I'm also new to higher education. I really do believe in the transformative power of exposing people to new opportunities and honing their growth. And as an institution, there are all sorts of challenges of promoting that, supporting that in this country, much less around the world during this time. So I'm understanding there's no such thing as a normal semester. There are always surprises in a given week. And I really, really commend this campus and our president. I just think it's a really unique place to study, to learn, to teach, and to be doing community engagement. So I definitely think I'll be learning every day on this job, and that'll be the case the entire time that I'm here, just as much as it's been as I've been onboarding.